Good, everybody. So, the New York Giants have lost at home, and now they are 0-7 at home. Um, the Saints was coming into this game. The Saints was coming into this game with a momentum swing. Um, do you know that the Saints are not good on the road as well? I think there were two and four on the road, or 1-4 on the road. Um, but we all know that they're not they're not a good away team. They're more dangerous when they at home, comfortable. Um, People have to understand that the Giants are owned by two people, right? You got John Mara and Steve Tisch. Steve Tisch does not handle the personnel business. He's more of the person that handles the ticket sales, the ticket prices, merchandises, you know, renovations, all that stuff. You know, that's why you rarely see him. But who you do see a lot is John Mara. John Mara is obviously responsible for the head coaches, the ownership, or not the ownership, but the owner, no, the GM and the head coach. That's his job, is to find head coaches and GMs. These owners do not owe y'all nothing. Okay, they don't. If you look at the Bears, you look at the Browns, you look at the Lions, they've been crap for years. But you know what? Fans still show up. Fans still show up. Like I saw this one video on Instagram. They had like a helicopter with a banner saying that Mara, please fix this dumpster fire. It's a little bit too late to say that. I'm pretty sure they could have used that when they were 0-3. Now that they're 2-11, why even say that? It's a little too late. But again, it's I don't view what the Mara family and the Tisch family, obviously, they are co-ownership. Like I said again, the Giants have two ownerships. Okay, it's not one ownership; it's two. So, how do the New York Giants fix this? Well, getting a quarterback is not going to fix it, because the Giants do not have the right stability to do so. It's not like how Jaden Daniels have to go out there and figure stuff out. As, let's say the Giants do draft Shador or Cam. What structure are they coming to? Do the Giants have a top 5 defense? Do the Giants have a good running game? Do the Giants have a good passing game? Like, what do the Giants have to hang their hat on to say, okay, at least we got this, or at least we got that. Tracy is good, but he can't hold on to the football from time to time. We brought in Singletary to be that back that Saquon obviously was in some areas and wasn't in some areas. Saquon Barkley was not a good pass protector. Singletary is. I mean, I think that's what drew the Giants I think that's what drew the Giants into signing Singletary because there are certain things that he does and there are certain things that he can't do very well. Like he can stay healthy. That's something that Saquon Barkley struggled with. And he can pass protect. He's not one of those running backs like a Frank Gore or a Marshawn Lynch that can just drag you down, just beat you. He's like he's not a Brandon Jacobs, you know. And do you have solid receivers? Do you have a number one? Do you have a number two? Do you have a number three? Do you have guys that you can depend on? Okay, they take away your number one option or your number one receiver. You have X, Y, and Z you can go to. Do you have a consistent passing game with the tight? You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, how's your running back? How's your quarterback class coming? Or your quarterback room is? Do you have two or do you have two consistent good quarterbacks? Like, do you want the new quarterback to come in and learn behind Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock? Because I don't think both of them are coming back next year. Definitely Drew Lock is not coming back next year. Definitely Tommy DeVito is probably going to hit the market next year. So this new quarterback is going to come into the Giants with nothing, But did you see Eli Manning when he came here? He had all that. He had stability. He had a running game. He had a passing game. He had a top-ish defense. He had Tiki Barber that he can rely on. He had a Toomer. He had a veteran receiver in Toomer. This quarterback is not going to come to any of that. And I know a lot of people are bashing Dable, but this is the last time I'm going to talk about the Giants because they're not going to win anytime soon. This is the only chance. Actually, I would say the Cincinnati game because they were both 2-4. They were both 2-4, but again, the Giants needed to lose because they needed to find their quarterback. So they got the Ravens coming up next. They got another home game that they're probably going to go 0-8, or not probably, they will go 0-8. And then after that, they got one more away game and then one more home game. They got the Colts, the Falcons, and then they finished it up against the Eagles at home. So, but going back to what I was saying, you have to give Brian Dable and Joe Schoen a chance. You do not want to constantly go through head coaches and GMs every 2 years. Look how long Tom Coughlin and Jerry Reese was here. I remember everybody was saying, fire Tom Coughlin when they went 0-2. And those guys rallied behind him and won a few games, and they got the group back. They got hot at the right time. Well, I'm not gonna say hot, but they fought. A resiliency. They fought back. I don't know how they lost to the Browns. The Browns obviously stopped their winning streak, but obviously, yeah, they lost to the Browns. Um, but other than that, they finished with a 9-7 record, and obviously the rest was history. You know, nobody in the panel gave them a chance against the Bucks, Packers, Cowboys, Patriots, obviously. So, the very true underdog. But but yeah, yeah. I mean, they just got here. You know, I mean, if you're gonna fire Brian Dable, okay, I get it. If you're gonna fire Brian Dable, at least keep Joe Shane. Because Joe Shane, I believe Joe Shane did a lot. Because our offensive line was not good at all. Our offensive line was atrocious. Um, but when he got here, he cleaned all that up. You know, um, like now our quarterback is sit back and throw, but again, we're dealing with Drew Lock. He's a guy who showed promise with the Seahawks. He put up some pretty good numbers with the Seahawks. He comes here, like all of a sudden he just forgets how to play. It's weird. Like, where was all this stuff he was doing with Seattle? Now you come over here, like, that's the thing. Like, back in the day, like when we had Andrew Wall, right, from the Cardinals, we didn't think we Giants fans didn't know what to think of him because he was so talented good. He was so talently good. He was so good talently, or he was so good on the defensive side of the ball. We didn't know what we was gonna get from him. He came here, he produced. We got AP from the Washington Redskins at the time, Antonio Pierce. He came here, he produced. Why is it that it's the opposite? Why do players that come here don't play well, but when they go over other teams, they play well, which is weird. It's very weird. I know how to fix the Giants, but I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. Y'all can continue hating on the ownership. Like, the ownership don't owe y'all nothing. They don't. The ownership doesn't owe y'all a damn thing. If that was the case, he would have refunded all y'all money back, every single one of y'all. But y'all are the ones who get up in the morning, put in that Giants gear, pay that $450 or $500, $600 seats, depending on where the seat is. Y'all have a choice. It's either y'all can tune out because y'all already know the results week after week. They're just gonna lose. They'll put up a fight in some games. Some games they'll blow out, or some games they'll get blown out. Other games they'll keep it close and still lose. But at the end of the day, they know where they lay. Like I said, if you look at the Browns, they've been bad for years. Bad for years. Had one great player. Couldn't even get that over the hump. Couldn't even get them over the hump. Jim Brown, as good as he was, couldn't even get them over the hump. As good as much as Detroit Lions had so many great players over the years, they couldn't even get them over the hump. But you know what? The fans, the fans are still here. So he just cares about dollar signs. That's what the owner really cares about is dollar signs. He don't care about nothing else. He don't care if you show up. He don't care if you don't show up. Because guess what? If you don't show up, somebody else is going to take your place. And all that money goes to him, and that money goes to the players or distributed to the players, to the coaching staff, you know. Or he can use that money to renovate the stadium, buy new seats, probably buy like a big screen TV or something like that. Because, we don't even have no cheerleaders, so, but yeah, let me know what y'all think. And if y'all a betting person, bet against the Giants. No, don't even bet against the Giants. Yes, bet against the Giants because Drew Lock didn't even hit. He needed to hit 240. No. He needed to hit 230. He got 222 yards. So he didn't even hit his mark. Malik Neighbors did though. Malik Neighbors needed 72. I think he got like 73 or 74. So he hit his. So I'm telling you, take the Giants. Every time they at home, take the Giants. So let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.